I'm back on my travels. I'm just landed at Mallorca and it's sunny and it's warm, and I'm going to Sawyer in the hill villages. This is one of my favourite journeys anywhere of all time. This is the vintage wooden train from Palma up the mountain to Sawyer, and I'm going on it now.
Ich hab's gerade gesehen, wollte ich mal ganz fangen,
Good trip. We're here, and so we arrive after nearly an hour on the vintage wooden train in Sawyer. Let the mighty rumpus begin.
Papà ven 2 giri, voglio dire a mamma.
Are you bewildered? I'm bewildered. I've just had breakfast at Hotel La Villa, just behind me, on this Sunday morning. And it's market day on Sunday. It's market day every day in this lovely square outside in Sawyer on Mallorca we are, with the town hall behind me and the church behind me. I shan't be going to the Sunday service this time, or probably ever again, who knows. Why bewildered? Well, I've just read a little extract from the Book of Thanks by Rachel Hebert, and she says she is bewildered by being, and I get her drift. I'm bewildered by the miracle of being. Are you? Yes, of course you are. How on earth did such incredible beauty allow us to sit in the sun with a coffee or whatever is your thing? That's my thing. And it's a lot of people's things. A lot of people sitting in the sun, enjoying their morning coffee. It's noon now, actually. And bewildered by the miracle of being. If I have understood quantum physics at all, which of course I haven't, the equations suggest, I'm too much in the sun there, the equations suggest that everything is based on probability. And at night, when you look up at a star, for example, and the light from that star reaches you, it's taken anything up to 4 billion years or whatever it is to reach you. And the equations suggest, don't believe this of course, I could be making it up, I might be completely misunderstanding it. You have to find your own quantum physics truth, but for you to be the observer of that star, it needs to have, if you like, decided to shine for you 4 billion years ago. And this tram that's just going past, which I absolutely love, there is something so pleasing about the vintage wooden tram in Sawyer. And that's only taken 150 years to get to the back of my retina. Do you see where I'm coming from with this? All of the countless millennia and millions of years of preparation and probabilities and actualities for this here now, this thusness to be possible. And you and I are living right in the middle of it. I have a little dilemma for you. Oh, actually, it's a little dilemma for me. And one of the reasons I tell myself why I could not live here, that is in Sawyer, Mallorca, Spain, is because of the language. My Spanish is terrible. I have been not learning Spanish for, believe it or not, about 20 years, and it's still muy mal because I am lazy with my language and I don't practice. When I first lived on Lanzarote 10 years ago, I went to lessons and I found it so stressful being a student in a classroom. I literally climbed out of the window one morning with a panic attack. Yes, it's true, I did a runner. Now I feel completely neutral, or I can't say at home, but neutral about my lack of faculty in Spanish. I can get by in the shops and the hotel and the buying stuff, but the reason I say I couldn't live here is because I don't have enough words in Spanish to really express myself, or to be seen and to enjoy that connection that we all appreciate with other people. That's why. Well, that's not the dilemma, by the way. The dilemma is, in spiritual lingo, there are no words. Perhaps like you, I spend much of my days in silence, and I love it. I spent 15 minutes in silence just this morning in my hotel room, on a chair with the French windows on the balcony open to the square by the church. And I just sat in silence for 15 minutes, and my normal mantra of be still and know that I am God, it sort of shrank. It shrank to being still, knowing this. Maybe one day it'll shrink to no words at all, but it gave me an enormous sense of well-being anyway. So the dilemma is, in an ideal state, you don't need words. So why am I concerned about my lack of Spanish? If I chose to relocate, for example, here to Soya, or indeed to Lanzarote or any other Spanish-speaking, would I not simply adapt? And truthfully, in much of our conversations in good old England with my lovely friends who I would miss terribly, how much of the conversation is truly profound anyway? Well, I have my best friends who I can speak to and do speak to daily, maybe on WhatsApp. I know it's not the same, but at least you can be heard, or as we like to say, you can be seen. So maybe I just need to be seen and not heard like a child, and everything will be fine. Answers on a postcard to Phil in Soya, Hotel La Villa, Soya. You might be asking, well, Phil, you couldn't live in Soya on Mallorca, which is part of Spain, because as a British citizen, I am no longer a member of the EU, sadly, and it's true. I think I can only stay here for, I think it's 90 days in any 120-day period, if I've got that right. That might be wrong. I wouldn't plan your next residence on that. So how am I going to manage that? Well, it is the case that you can become a digital nomad in residence if you meet certain income conditions. So long as they can get you money and you can afford to rent a place here, you can apply for permission to stay initially for a year as a digital nomad. And then after a year you can reapply for up to a maximum of 4 years. So there are ways in which it is possible to live here. Give that one a thought. I don't often, in fact I never do self-promotional videos, but here's one for you. The new Genuine Voices with the Lightweight Warrior YouTube channel is going extremely well after just 1 month. With over 12,000 views. It's the biggest surprise, I can tell you. And honestly, please, if you've not already subscribed, please hop over or search for Genuine Voices and you'll find the Lightweight Warrior. That is me, and just click subscribe please and enjoy some of my conversations with John, as you can imagine, but also with Joan Tollefson, the American spiritual teacher, all for free.